actual. Yo, what's going on? Papa Trap, Yato. Actually, click on your at and title to.
Yeah, it should be able to.
But yo, what's going on? We are ranking some of the Ranger Reject characters today from Eek to Hekiru. Obviously,
Uh,
it's going in that bottom tier, but um, this this is a pretty full list. It's definitely not everyone, but it's got the vast majority of people. That works.
yeah, look like most people that people know by name or care about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a few in here that I couldn't tell you who their name, like just off the top of my head what their name is, but it works regardless.
Yeah, there's some people who I don't remember names. I remember like who they are, what they did, but I'm like, I bet I don't remember this guy's name.
Yeah, so if we can't remember what their name is, we're just gonna describe who they. Ranger Reject is S tier. You are correct.
Go.
Top of the top. All right, all right. So, for anyone unfamiliar with me, I am Papa Traffy. And a lot of Ranger Reject content, but I don't limit myself to just that. And then I have with me Yato, who also makes Ranger Reject content, but he can further introduce himself.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so also making some Ranger Reject content. It's been a few weeks since I made a Ranger video, so another one's coming soon. Right now, I'm working on a Kaisen video, but a lot of just random manga videos. I still haven't really carved out a definite path for myself on what I want to do, but Ranger videos is what I like to do. So that's more of that's coming.
All right, all right. But hold on. I need to double check something. Or did I just. Oh, okay. So the chat is popping up.
Yeah, I saw that. It was weird.
That real.
Yeah, is there a way to keep it up?
Please extend the LinkedIn with.
Yeah. That
All right,
works.
all right. So, yo, one weeb in a. You did already say Ranger Reject is up here, but I just want. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we're just gonna go through this list in order. Obviously, first person here is Jose or Ranger Keeper. So as I said, this is full participation. You have input on where a character should go. Feel free to let us know in the chat while we discuss between ourselves, y'all, who deserves to go where. Personally, for me, Sosei, well, hold on. Because
Speak your truth, man.
no, because like you gotta, is this Sosei or is this the Red Keeper?
Yeah, is this the only instance of this character being on here? I don't see if there's any other like it's just there's no other like Sosei or anything up here, right? Just that one.
Just him. We're gonna consider that Sosei. Also, hello,
Yeah,
petite penguin. Penguin.
Pinguine.
Red's definitely got to be S. All right, all right. What do you think, Yato?
Yeah, man. When you talk about everything with the Red Keeper and Sosei, just like from start to finish, like everything that we've seen so far, I think it's safe to say S tier or peak. He's been through a lot, and I think a lot of people get it mixed up and think that like a character that is like doing bad things is like a bad character, or I like a character that you can hate. You love to hate him. So for the first half of the story, you love to hate him. It's like I hope to see him die a bloody brutal death, and now I love him. I'm like, wow, this guy's great. I can't wait to see him come back. So yeah, Red or Sosei, whatever you want to call him now, because he's going by different names. He's for me, I'd say peak.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Peak just because, like, especially with his more recent development, I need to see more of his character, and he brings a lot of mystery that feels similar to Chidori to the story now, whereas Chidori still has that role, obviously. He's been a bit more in the background, just like Sosa.
For sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think everybody's gonna agree with that.
Yeah, he definitely deserves the spot. But next we got, I don't remember its name. I know what it is.
Ryujin.
Ryujin, there we go. Little Dragon Keeper mascot. Oh, hold on. One Weeb in a Tree said he's a key character and is actually have impact on the story. Yeah, that's true. Jacob Alonzi, hello from Japan. Welcome. Make it. But yeah, Ryujin, I don't there's a lot of theories going around about Ryujin. But we don't have any direct confirmation on what he does. Like, as far as we know now, he's just a mascot / messenger. And so I can't put him too highly because of that.
Yeah, for sure. And we don't really know much at all about him, and he kind of, for a while there's this whole, like, when you first start the series, it's like, okay, are these guys, like, are there really dragons? Like, do dragons really exist and stuff? And then you got Ryujin, it's like, okay, well, dragons, they at least kind of exist because he's here. But still just waiting to see what he is. Like, is he an executive or is he a baby dragon or something? Either way, he knows a lot. He's deep in the game. He's working with Shinya and stuff, but he just hasn't personally done much. And so I care more about his potential than I do anything else. So, like, I can't really personally put him probably higher than C because he hasn't actually done anything. But there are a lot of questions that I want to have answered.
Yeah. We really don't have enough information on. We have speculation. He could be an executive. He could be a dragon god for all we know. But there's just don't have enough. I'm gonna put him in D tier, just because we don't have the information and we haven't seen a lot of him, so he's not really a character. He's kind of there.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, just ranking on importance to the story up to this point. Ryujin is acting behind the scenes, so I rank. Okay, so we do agree with that. All right. Don't remember his name, but I know he got murdered.
Yeah, it just hit me. I was like, who is this again? It hit me like right as you got to him. He's I forgot his name too, because he exists for like 2 pages. So, like,
he's the dude who gets murdered by Red because he challenged his authority.
Yeah, he's the first teacup bro or whatever. He's the first victim of the Dragon Keeper banquet. So,
me personally, he went out sad, so I'm gonna put him in F. He's gonna be our first.
Yeah, I think he trash can. I put him in F.
One Weeb in a Tree said wall paint.
Wall paint. Yeah, he's they painted that room red after that.
All right. So we're gonna quickly move on to the next one since he was a relatively minor character. Don't remember this dude's name. His name is Jin Himura. Thank you, Hulu, HBO Spectator. Yeah. Okay, but this guy, he's getting ranked pretty high for me.
Really?
Because this is the dude that found XX, and he was like, yo, you're an invader, but I don't want to kill you.
Wait, no, I think that's the guy, the second guy.
Oh,
the second. Yeah, that's the second guy that Red killed, the teacup guy.
That's the second teacup guy.
Yeah, so teacup crew.
Just for the glasses, D tier.
Damn, glasses gets a bad rank.
You know what? No, we got to readjust this. Jin is going to move up to D tier because at least he was challenging Red's authority and got murdered for it.
He
got
had heart.
Yeah. This guy just spilled tea on him, got murdered. So he deserves the F rank.
Yeah, he didn't do anything besides live and die.
That's Wall Paint 2.0. That is correct. The teacup
Yeah, no,
crew.
he's teacup crew, dragon banquet victims. He's gone.
Yeah. All right. So we got Baldy. Baldy had heart.
Man, that's Benny.
Yeah. I did like him for the short amount of time that we saw him. He put up a fight against the IRA's monster invader things. As far as importance to the story, characterization, didn't get too much on him, but we did get a bit.
Yeah. Yamato Benny. I couldn't remember his first name, but yeah, I kind of liked him. He was we didn't get much, but like I was saying before with Ryujin, his death wasn't, he died and we didn't get to see much of him, but he has a sister and she's, she ended up leaving the Red Battalion to become one of the divine generals or whatever. So I think there's more there because nobody acknowledged his death or anything. They didn't hold a funeral or like cry or anything. It was just like, oh, time to go back do these other things. B for Bald Benny's crazy.
No, that's right. I agree with that. B for Bald Benny. Jin did scheming prior to that. At least true. Yeah, he gets a little bit higher.
Yeah. Right. I like Benny, but I'd probably say C, but I'm cool. We can, things can move around, but yeah, B or C is fine with me for now.
The thing about Ranger Reject is there's so many good characters that B is like the mid tier, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
His whole character arc is summed up in his death. He died. Same, he didn't get a chance to fight. They probably would have gotten a.
He was cool.
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Streamlabs is being stupid. That should not have.
While he's doing that, make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't already. Oh, Streamlabs bugging.
Seen the message too long.
Well, it broke it up. It posted his second message. It posted it as a second message, but now the Streamlabs thing is like, hey, you can become a member or whatever. Streamlabs wasn't invited to this.
By the executives whom it's allying with. Yeah. Drive.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I liked Benny, or Yamato Benny.
Okay. So now we move on to Takeda, and I want to hear what everyone else has to say about Takeda first, because I have my own personal things to say about it.
So, personally, I actually love Takeda. I didn't care for him at first, but after seeing, the flashback with Cicera and how he, used to be kind of an asshole, and then, to D, he was an ass too, but obviously, because, these are mortal enemies, so it makes sense. But then, when he, you see him raise up the ranks, and when he fought against Megatia in the three-way battle, and he just wouldn't go down, and he's like, I got something that I still need to do, and he's like, I never let anyone tell you that you ain't got heart, or whatever he says. And then, the recent chapters where he's pissed about them kind of moving on from Cicera, he moved up a lot, man. I like him, even though he dresses crazy, with the face paint. He's like the weirdo of the group. Nobody really seems to like him, but I think he's gonna become a favorite character.
Yeah, he grows on you for sure. Like Takeda is, I really like his character now. I definitely didn't like his character at first, and I remember when I first started reading Ranger Reject, a lot of people had that opinion. They just didn't like him. Like when the anime first came out, you know, you had half the people saying this guy sucks and the other half were thirsting from. Shun Takeda is such a clown. Get it? I get it.
I think there's also like a big crowd of people who immediately, like, when they see a character opposing the main character, they're like, this guy sucks, he's bad. But it's like he's on the opposite side, at least from the beginning, but like he's a good character and he's got heart. He's intertwined with a lot of other characters' backstories and histories, and there's, you know, stuff we're gonna see him do in the future. I'm very anxious to see where he goes. I would be comfortable putting him in A, but I feel like by the end of the story he's gonna be a S tier peak character.
I agree. I'm gonna put him in A for now, just because I do agree with that. His whole relation with Sarah and
Hibiki.
Hibiki Sakurama. There we go. I was stuck between trying to remember the first and last. It's something that we need to see more, but it's what's developing his character, and it's what makes him really interesting.
Definitely.
But, all right, we have, I don't know his name. He's from Red. I know that though.
Yeah, Funga Baraki. I remember he had a funky name, and I actually had to look it up. So he is I like the way he looks, and you know, he looks cool, and he's like, I think right under Tokita. Well, he's way under Tokita now, and I don't know if he got promoted, but I think he was third class when we were in the 3-way battle arc, but we've seen him a couple times, and I think he got hit with a pretty big attack from Magatia and survived, but I'm wanting to see more of him. He hasn't done much yet. Now he survived a pretty big attack, I think, but I can't personally see him being very high rated just because he hasn't actually done anything or had much as far as character lines. He hasn't said much.
Yeah, that's true. I can't put him in F tier because he's not like a bad character. He just hasn't really thing. Jacob said whenever there's a character like in a manga, I inevitably wait for their like found arc to turn them into favorite. It usually happens unless they are just meant to be hated. Hekiru.
Yeah.
Some characters just need more time to cook, others get to be. Watch Negi turn around and make Hekiru a fan favorite. That would just, I don't know what I would think of that.
I mean, sometimes I feel like, you know, sometimes you gotta keep a character that's like, I really hate this guy. I don't hate him because he's like poorly written.
He's just a bum.
Sucks, bro. Yeah, he stinks, yo. But like, nobody, like, you know, he does have a good way of writing the characters where it's like at first you're like, okay, yeah, I can't wait to see these guys get offed by the main character, but then, you know, like he was saying about Big Blue, it's like these characters come around and you end up liking them. You still, you know, the goal is to take them out. So it's like, yeah, I know at the end of the day these guys gotta go, but like, they're good characters.
Yeah. All right. So just because he hasn't done anything really, we're gonna put him in D tier. Not quite F tier, but not great.
Yeah. C would mean he's done something to be, you know, redeemed or something. He ain't done nothing yet.
Yeah. Okay. What's her name? Rin?
Yeah, Rin.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, so she's starting to get a little bit more time in this current arc. But previous to that, it was really only Beilong's Nest, and she was one of the more minor characters in Beilong's Nest.
Mm-hmm. She hasn't done much. I mean, she called out Ishikawa for being was it Ishikawa? She called out one of the guys for being, not Ishikawa, the other one, the one who wanted to be loved by all the girls. She called him out for being like a sicko or whatever. So I mean, she gets points for that. But I mean, other than that, and swapping around to a bunch of battalions, she hasn't really done anything. I want to see what her goal is and why she keeps job hopping.
Yeah. That's another one I gotta put in D tier just because I haven't seen them do anything. Yeah.
there's a lot of potential characters. Like, these people are going to do things eventually, but like, not right now.
Everybody in D tier is gonna do something except one.
Yeah. He can't really do nothing.
All right. So, Hekiru being an coward is, I mean, true. Some characters just need more time to cook. Others get the big blue treatment. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna. What you gotta say? What you gotta say?
About Shion?
Yeah.
I like Shion. Not as much as I like Takeda, even though I feel like Shion. We spent personally more time with Shion in the Balong's Nest. But he's a character that we still just need to see more of. Like he's cool. He's got his beefs and stuff. He's not with no, he's not with them. He's not with the Neo Rangers. So I think he's still just in red.
Yeah.
Um
I
don't
mean,
remember seeing him recently. He hasn't shown up in any of the recent chapters after the war, right? Like the
no,
battle?
no, he hasn't. He's been MIA.
Yeah, him and there's a couple people that have been, but now they're slowly starting to come out. But we have not seen him at all, I don't think. But correct us in the chat if we're tripping. But I want to see what he's up to, man, because like his goal, chat just blew up.
Yeah.
Decent minor character. Angelica is the recruit who keeps. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. Let's see.
Example of wasted potential. It's been a chapter since last seen him. I hope Negi's cooking something for him. Negi's either cooking something for him or just forgot about it. I don't think that Shion's forgotten about though, but Super Lazy's correct. Red did have Shion spying on, well, not specifically D. Red just said that one of the two new recruits in green were up to something fishy and sent Shion to spy on them. And so that could have either been Red was suspecting D or suspecting Usakubo. Both had reasons to be suspected.
Yeah. And then I think it was actually him. It was Benny, I forget her name, but the sister Benny, and I want to say it was Shion. They approached Peltrola in the three-way battle arc, but then we never saw what happened. So we never saw the conclusion of that. But Benny ended up with the Neo Rangers, but we don't know what happened to Benny, and Exus ended up with the Neo Rangers, but we don't know what happened to Shion or Peltrola. So.
And Shion definitely wouldn't join the Neo Rangers. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think he's definitely staying where he can, straight up just kill executives and stuff. And it seems like his goal is just chasing Peltrola. But he, like someone said, it's been 100 chapters and he ain't really done much. So I don't know. I good potential.
Say D tier, just because we have seen more of him, we know his goals. It's just we haven't seen him. So it puts him a little higher above D tier, but not high on the list.
Yeah, like I almost rated him like a lot higher just because we saw so much of him in that exam arc, but we haven't seen him do much of anything after that, so I can't disagree with middle of the road C tier type rating.
I don't feel right about that. I don't see Biddy being higher. We're gonna swap these. I just Benny being higher than Shion feels weak.
Yeah, I can see that.
Shion being frustrated about the traitor investigation, asking traitor was Shion is a new Peltrola host. For 100%, he's not lying. D is unironically the funniest character in the series, and he doesn't do it on purpose. He's just looking out for himself, and he's great.
I wonder, does he even really, understand jokes and stuff? Since he's not a human, like I said, he's not doing it on purpose. But does he know that this is funny?
I
is it kind of, yeah, he just says stuff and it's just like, what in the hell is, what are you thinking?
Benny is cool, but I definitely swapping him and Shion. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. We got so much more time with Shion, and we know a lot more about that. Just feels like. But we are going to move on to Blue now.
Big Blue.
I feel like we're about to slap every single one of the keepers into peak.
Oh man, I don't know.
Blue, we get fully fleshed out backstory, and him and Sakurama, I guess those are the only two keepers we've gotten a full backstory. So
yeah,
that just means we get to be closer to them. And what the story leads into because of his death in regards to his character development, he's like a big part of the story, even though he's been gone for so long.
True. Yeah, his character is pretty big. His death is a pretty big catalyst for the things to come later.
Who was the most real ranger out of the original 5? Yeah, just an angry dude who liked video games. I can relate to that.
Yeah, and he definitely grows on you, especially when you see, that like the stuff with Azome when she's like, you shouldn't talk, and you go back and you look at the previous chapters. Other than the banquet, Blue doesn't say anything in any of those like scenes. Really, it's like, oh wow, he really was just quiet because she, that was her way of giving him a little bit of media training. Like, don't talk when the cameras are on because you're gonna scare people and you kind of look like the bad guy. But he, with his flashback and the flashbacks that he's had, he comes out being a much cooler character, much more likable.
Yeah. And he's a certified gamer. Big Blue, a goat, rip, peak. All right, we got the chat saying peak. I'm saying peak. What's your thoughts, Yato?
Can't argue with it, man. I love Blue. At the end of the day, let's go ahead.
Blue gets peak. His death had good narrative consequences too. Yeah, absolutely. But that does lead us into Blue 2 Electric Boogaloo, one of my favorite characters who just off rip, I'm going to say, goes in peak.
Soma, man.
The Burger King employee.
Yeah, Burger Bro, man. He's flipping them. He's a funny guy. Yeah, go ahead and, say your thoughts.
So, first off, I am a sucker for ice powers. The fact that he froze
we still don't have a name for that. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say the fusion executive. And he hit him with the cold ass line of, "I don't just freeze things, I freeze the world itself." Peak.
Yeah, that was fire.
We did get a decent amount of like characterization for him as well. With him, he is all about his money. He's trying to get that bag, and he's a super relatable character too. Soma grown on me a lot. Dude really stepped up when it mattered, and man, like this 9 to 5 exactly. It's pretty interesting. Soma, our minimum wage champ. Or Soma, he's kind of just there and goes along with it. Pretty normal.
Yeah,
dude.
Soma's a fun character. He never really like resonated with me, but I can see why people like him, and I think he will end up being cooler. Especially with the whole plot now where D has to get, to release these chains. He needs like some sort of activation from a keeper and their JFC or something. So like I know he's gonna be pretty important coming up soon-ish. But personally, I just never really cared about him. But you think about it, it's like this guy, he wanted to be the Dragon Keeper. It was his dream, and he got, his dream got squashed, and then he left and went to flipping burgers, and came back and he's got like the long hair. You can see that life really beat him down, and he
Yeah.
kind of got dragged back into this battle. He's had it rough, man. Like his story wasn't traumatic, but it's just it's relatable. It's realistic. It's like, wow, I didn't get the promotion and I lost my job, and now the guy that took my job is gone and they want me. It's like back then they didn't want me. It's he's a fun character, but I can't argue. Like I want to say A because I want to see more. I haven't seen enough to like love him, but like Dragon Keepers, it's a hard argument to not put him in peak.
I'll settle. I'll settle. You want to put him in A? Chat saying A, so we'll drop him into A tier. Just because you're right. We haven't had too much time with him. He pulled up during an IRA arc, but he can't compare it to the original. That's fair. Curious where they take his character. D's just gonna pay him off. Actually,
like, yo, man.
actually, that is hilarious because we know that Chidori has money. He is paying for Usakubo's everything. Chidori could literally go and pay Soma off. They don't even have to fight him.
He doesn't give him a strong argument though, because he's like, even though he's a minimum wage worker, I don't think he would stoop super low just for money. So like he'd still need some reasoning. Like, yo, this Invader guy, he doesn't suck like the other ones. Like we kind of work for the guys who suck. Like I gotta let you. He gotta, you gotta. It's like telling the new guy at your job that like your managers kind of suck. So like, so you got to get him on board. But then I think maybe money. I don't think he's not in it for money, but like he needed money because he couldn't become the Dragon Keeper. But now he's here, so I don't know. I think he's got more like heroism in him than greed.
That's fair. All right, and so on that note, we are moving on to the third Blue Keeper. Don't know anything about besides the fact that he ran an orphan, which makes him a pretty cool dude.
True. He's a good guy. We don't know too much about him. He told Cicera to give up on her dream, but I think he might have, after seeing that she wasn't going to give up and she kept like pushing herself and trying to walk, I think he might have been her way into the Rangers. I think he probably was like, you know what, kid, we got the Pink Keeper has these like boots and they can like heal you and stuff, so we can get you in there. And I think he was her way into the Dragon Keepers, but like we never got that on screen. Nobody's confirmed it or anything. There's nothing really to prove that. But like he ran an orphanage, he took care of kids. He kind of is the reason a lot of these characters are here. But I can't put him too high.
Yeah. C tier, he helped raise Hibiki and Sarah. More to find out about him likely. Yeah, so I feel like we're actually probably getting close to finding out more about the like last generation of the Dragon Keepers, just because of everything going on. Like she's got some history with the previous Pink Keeper before Cicera, and I feel like when they start delving into that a bit more, we're going to start seeing a lot of that previous generation of.
Yeah, he did save the Sakuramas in the church from Peltrola though.
Yeah.
There was that, but his story still needs to be told a little more, whether it's through Noah's flashbacks, like she killed the original Pink, and like maybe they were like, all right, bro, you gotta find us a new one or something, or somehow we're gonna get some more of his story, whether it's through her or like Cicera waking up or Hibiki, going through some flashbacks, something. Hopefully we'll see more of him soon.
Yeah. So we'll drop him in here, or C tier, as Chris said. Rakuto seems still haven't seen. That's spot.
Yeah.
That leads us into Alzome, which for me, I gotta give her. But I'll let you go into your thoughts first on this one, Yato.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. She's a great character. She starts off the happy, jumpy girl character. I was gonna say little girl, but she's older. She's just small, petite. But I like her character, man. She's been through a lot. She's one of the characters who we have seen. She's one of the few characters that we got to actually see, go through her trauma, like in story and not through a flashback. Like all of her pain is like now. It's happening now. So her story, her arc is big. I think I'm really interested to see how she, how Dee is gonna deal with her soon or whatever. But like she's a heavy hitter, and she had the balls to. She faced Peltrola face to face, and she faced the fusion and didn't like. She was, they were like, hey, we'll let you go if just leave us alone. And she was like, get back here. She ain't let the fusion run away. She didn't let Peltrola run away. She left the Rangers. Yeah, it went toe to toe. Wait, when is? Yeah. When they went down there. Yeah. So yeah, and she like Christiane said, she lost her smile, man, and she saw what was going on with the Rangers, and she left. She saw I guess it was partly these guys aren't getting the results. I need this foot soldier D dude gone, and she left the Rangers and just stayed in the crib, recluse, watching the news, hoping to catch a glimpse of him. And now she's here. I would put her in peak, man. She's a great character.
When we bet a tree says she's got pit bull energy.
Yeah, she really saw him on the TV, smashed the TV, and caught up to him like 30 minutes later.
All right, yeah. I think most of us can agree peak or A tier. I'm gonna put her in peak. That's the general consensus. I agree with that. She is a very good character and is currently influenced.
Yeah, and any connection to the Blue Keeper is cool too. So like her, losing him and wanting this revenge on Dee is a good thing. She's one of the few characters that actually has a strong like negative attachment to Dee.
Yeah. A good character with a negative attachment. Because that leads us into our next character, which that's just an immediate placement in the Hekiru tier because it is Hekiru. That man is a bum. He loses every fight that he gets into. He is the perfect character for making Dee look, and that's the only perk about his character.
I think you missed a comment though.
Very interesting character progression as a material. I think I read that.
You read the one before it. You might have like kind of worded it differently or something maybe. But yeah, Hekiru, that boy sucks, and he's got his own tier because of it. He's I'm all here for seeing him get slapped up and shown out, even more over the story. Maybe one day he gets a good hit in or something, but I'm completely fine with bro just being the comic relief character that like gets shit on by everybody. I mean, he's even lying about like he was like he's the one that killed the executive in the war. And it's like, come on, bro, you ain't do nothing. You ran. You were a chicken. You were a coward, and you ain't built for this, man.
No,
he stinks.
And everyone agrees. Hekiru is indeed fun to hate, but there's not much else to say about him. Praying for that downfall. Agree. We're gonna hop on to the next guy. I don't remember his name, but I like his fro. I know he's blue.
I think he's Kono. I think it's Konno, or maybe it's Kono. I think it's Kono.
He got a little bit more screen time than the red dude, the fungi guy.
Yeah, funga.
he's still in the same boat as him. He hasn't done much. Mainly just a situation for Big Blue and Alzome.
He at least had a Dragon Tool replica though. At least, well, we never got to see him use it, but when when he gets shot by like Peltrola or something. He's like defending Shogo in the exam, and then he gives Blue his cartridge, and that allowed him to put Peltrola in that like water bubble prison thing. So I think he at least was somebody who was carrying a tool replica. So I don't we didn't see Funga with a tool, so he at least is somebody with some rank and is a trusted guy. But we just haven't seen him personally do anything. So I would be very much fine with putting him in the same place, or like right above Funga Baraki.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to chat on this. Chat, do you think he deserves to be in C, or Kono hasn't done much, but it isn't back doing.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. You know, with that
He-
bit of information, I might say C, just because of details we haven't been given in this. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. C tier.
Yeah. Yeah, low C tier, because I'm more than happy with putting people before him, but like I can't put him too high, and he's not F.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll leave him in C tier, and we move on to the next character. Who was that?
That is, I want to say his name is Rui. It might be Rui, but I think it's just Rui. He was, oh no, it's Ruri, Ruri, I believe. He was brought to the fortress in, I want to say, chapter 6, and he big part of why I dislike the anime, because they changed. He was the one that punched the invader's head off when introduced to the invaders, but in the anime they swapped it to have Blue do that. And then when D came back to the fortress at the end of the when he got out of the prison with Yakushi, he was the one that tried to punch D, and D was like, you know, I've been practicing, you know, how to kill you guys or whatever, and he like punched D's head, and he moved his head, remember?
Ah, okay.
So he's a punchy boy.
Fodder.
Yeah, he ain't dead though, but I mean I think he's a little too uppity.
I'll put him higher F tier. Higher F tier.
Yeah, because like
Appreciate it.
yeah, because make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't already. But yeah, he's I mean he was trusted enough to be left on the fortress, but like he got smacked by D, and you know he got embarrassed.
Yeah. I didn't even remember who he was, so he definitely wasn't getting too high on this. Like I just looked at his face and I was like, who?
Yeah, barely better than Hekiru, just because like we haven't seen him cry and like get hit. You know, like he didn't get like uppercutted and then land face first with his butt in the air. So you know he's slightly better than Hekiru.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we'll we'll leave him in F tier. Okay.
Don't look at me.
Chat, who is this? She looks familiar, but
I can't remember her name.
I'm drawing blanks right now.
I'm looking her up. I know she's in Blue, but I don't remember her name. Blue Battalion.
I remember seeing her in the anime, not in the manga.
Kujaku. Kujaku. Kujaku.
Do anything significant?
I don't think so. She was shown a couple times. She was there. I want to say she was there when Pink showed up and kicked Peltrola, and no, that was Noah actually. So no, I don't remember what she doesn't do like anything. She was there when Azome woke up in the hospital bed, I guess, and she was shown in the more recent chapters when everybody was mobilizing, because like D had touchdown and it was like the president is out here, so everybody's like, D is out, we gotta go. So like she was at one of those panels, but like she hasn't done anything, and I don't remember her ever speaking.
Presumably she had the Princess Dragon cartridge before handing it to Blue, maybe?
Princess Dragon cartridge. Which one was that? Which ability is that? I mean, it would make sense if, because I think I believe she was at the exam maybe for a short time, and then was one of the ones who took Azome to the hospital or whatever. But because they make it a deal out of Shogo having all of his people support him when he gets the cartridge from Kono, and he's using all these moves. Oh, that's the seahorse one. The princess dragon, I think, is the seahorse ability, right? She's cute. That's all pretty much. Hopefully she gets more focus in the future. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, like Otahime something, yeah. Ryugo Otahime. Okay, yeah. So I'm not tripping. If she's the one who had that, then yeah, that's cool points for her. But she hasn't been seen doing anything, or even mentioned. Like I don't even know like why the wiki knows her name.
You know what? We'll put her.
She's done less than Rinrin, man.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. I think I would, yeah, I'd probably, yeah, either below, yeah, either that or F. I'm cool with her being behind Rinrin for now, but like she's really she's only here because she's got streaks in her hair.
I mean, like she didn't get turned into paint. She didn't get showed up by D. We don't know anything about her, so I feel like the D tier is kind of just, hey, we don't know anything about this character, but they aren't terrible.
Yeah, there's potential there, especially if she was the one with that weapon. That doesn't matter anymore because she doesn't. No one has access to that weapon. Those cartridges are gone.
Yeah.
So she's just a girl with blue streaks and like a lightsaber now.
Okay, so we'll move on to my goat here, and that's Chidori. We'll talk about him, but there's no argument. He's going peak. Chidori is the goat. Yeah. He is just a fundamental part of this story, and such a good. And obviously, I did just drop a character analysis video on Chidori, so check that out. You can do that after the stream.
Yeah, please go check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, chill it, man. This is your station, baby. Go watch that video, man. If you're watching this, go watch that Greenkeeper video. Don't play around. Yeah, no argument, bro. S. So you order, yeah. So we are ordering in the tiers, yeah.
Kind of, not really.
So if we are ordering, I'd put him behind Red, just because of all the like stuff that we got with Red. But Chidori is bro. He's our sweet summertime baby, yo. He's the golden child. He's him. Can't go wrong with Chidori. It's just there's so much still that we have to know about him. And that's what I like about all these Dragon Keepers. We're almost 150 chapters in, and we still don't know a lot about these main antagonist characters. In some cases, friend-tagonists. There's got to be a word for that, like bad guy that I kind of like. For the character's point of view, but Chidori is great, man. No complaints. You can't. I dare somebody in the comments, give me one complaint about Chidori, and you're wrong. Whatever.
That's fair. Like, all of the keepers, we know them pretty intimately as characters, except for Yellow. We just don't know a lot about who their past, except for Sarah. And count anti-hero. Yeah, anti-hero's a good term.
Yeah, because at this point maybe D doesn't actually want. I mean, D is gonna try and kill him, but I don't know. I feel like it's such a part of me wants to say like D wouldn't, like at the end of the day, D wouldn't kill him once like they are both once the ground is set, like, you know, the stage is set. D, you know, I'm also trying to do what you're trying to do, and it's like, does he still try to kill him, or is it like, okay, we're both kind of working towards this thing? You know, obviously the end goal was like all these guys are going, but like the stage has changed. We replaced Blue, we killed Red, and he came back. So like we gotta kind of keep some allies. So like Chidori is definitely a very powerful ally for D, and he's going against the establishment they have going. So yeah, anti-hero works.
Yeah,
for sure.
a lot of people are saying that Chidori will die in the future. He's got a lot of red flags, so
Yeah,
hopefully not though.
I do think he'll eventually be going out.
All right, he's sort of like a mentor. Is sweet. He definitely is a mentor to them. He was kind of gone.
Yeah,
Not doing much mentoring.
They run a tight ship over at Green though, and he's got a cool car.
Yeah, nice antique car.
Yeah, he's the only only person I think we've seen drive a car in the series.
Crap, you're right. Okay, let's move on to Goatsui. Goatsui does not sound good at all. Well, the goat Hisui.
Yeah, there you
go. Obviously, peak. That's easy. That is like 99% of the fan base is going to put Hisui in peak.
Yeah, if you follow this series, then Hisui is fucking peak. Like there is no other option. You can't have her any lower than that, or you just don't read. Like you saw, you didn't see her. Like only way she's not top tier is if you didn't make it to like chapter 6. That's the only way. Yeah, like Hekiru has a tier, Hisui could have a tier, but like this your show, baby. she's the best. Peak.
All right. I can't spell. Oh, I can't spell. There we go. This one's got our own tier.
There we go. Yeah, do it for the culture.
You got Hisui at the top, you got Hekiru at the bottom, everything else is in between.
Perfectly balanced.
All right. So, next character, Hisui is in fact the GOAT.
Bro, she is.
All right. So now we have D. And honestly, from my personal preference, D is the only character that matches Hisui, and I kind of want to put him into the Hisui tier.
Yeah, I was gonna say peak, but now that we got a Hisui tier, yeah, it's brother sister gang. They are the duo, the tag team. D is the guy, best character.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? D may not be Hisui, but he's going in the Hisui tier.
Yeah.
Those two are just a step above everyone else.
He you said he might not be her. He was her for a little while in the exam. He did get to be her greatness. So there's got to be some kind of there's got to be some
when he tried to assassinate Chidori.
Yeah, there's got to be some PEMDAS or something, like by association. He got some of her like her goatness, so like that just elevates him to be an even better. So yeah, D and Hisui, just there we go.
D's not even in his name tier. We can't just keep adding tiers for individual characters.
Yeah, or you could do like /D next to Hisui's name.
There's a tier named after D tier.
Oh,
we can't put him down there though.
No, no, can't do that.
Oh,
no, man.
All right. So we move on to Usakubo. I really like Usakubo, but at the same time, the whole thirst thing for me, while understandable, it takes away from her character.
I would definitely agree, especially now. Like after we've seen so much of her character, and how she came to exist and why she exists in the Rangers, and just her struggles and her fights and the arcs that we saw her fight in. I can't take points from her for like losing herself in the Dreamy School arc, but like these last like 5 chapters, like it's cool that she's fighting and standing up for D, but I'm also a little worried. Not really, because like I feel like Negi it runs a tight ship. The writing is tight. There's no like holes or anything. I don't have any fear. But if this were any other series, I'd be like, okay, it's kind of scary to see a character like Usakuba, who was once so like empowered or whatever, now seeming like she's like lowering herself. Maybe it'll not maybe it's gonna work out, but like any other series, I'd be like, I don't really like that she's like putting herself below D. I get that her and her father like worshipped the invaders, but like it's different. The dynamic's different, and it's gonna take a minute to grow on people.
Yeah, I feel like it's a part of her character. Like she needs to cling on to someone, and I really hope that Negi kind of develops her to where she can stand out on her own eventually.
Yeah.
So for that, I like her character, but I can't put her in peak. I would say A. She's definitely up there with Takeda.
Yeah, I would agree. I was gonna say A. So just because we haven't had enough chapters of her in this new like after awakened state, so we don't know like where it's going. But before that, like when she was in anything between the 3-way battle and before, I would have said peak. But
yeah.
the recent chapters, I'm not sure where she's gonna go. I think it'll be good, but I'm not sure. She's like people in the comments said she need to cook. You can we kind of I ramble on. So if you want to hit those comments.
Oh yeah, good. But yeah, I hope the thirst calms down. She needs to cook a bit more, branching out. A is good for her. Okay, so we're pretty much in agreement here on where her character would be. Yeah. I'll put her at the top of A tier just because she is better than Takeda and Soma. Doesn't quite hit that peak tier.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us into the old green battalion. I don't remember their name. I'm just going to go ahead and straight up tell y'all that. Like her.
I don't remember her name.
She kind of bad, so. No.
Bad, good, bad, or bad, bad?
Good, bad. But
okay, yeah. We on the same. We on the wavelength.
Yeah. C tier. We'll put her at mid. We don't know much about her, but she has a cool character design.
Yeah, or you put her in D. That's cool because she was. We thought she was gonna be like the next Great Keeper. So she had potential. She was clearly strong. She had a tool.
And then she got betrayed.
Yeah, she got betrayed. So, sucks. Fate wasn't on her side or whatever. But, like, we didn't really see anything for her. And her name was Tokiwa.
Okay. That leads us... there's not much else to say about her, but that leads us to Kaba.
Yeah. Wakaba.
I hate this dude. Not as much as I hate Hekiru, but I do not like him. He just kind of gave up. Let me live in this dream, and I'm good with that. I'm gonna kill my teammate, and then I'm gonna try to kill the goat Hisui. Hold on. He tried to kill Hisui. He gets Hekiru tier.
Yeah, he sucks, bro. Like he was like Hekiru, but successful. Like Hekiru is failing upwards and getting beat up by like foot soldiers, but they both had a tool. They both suck. He just actually went through with it and went to the point where he was betraying. Like Hekiru tried to betray. Can you call it a betrayal though if Hekiru tried to did he really know who Hibiki was when he attacked him? He's
No,
a coward. He's a coward. He sucks. But Wakaba actually did the thing. He actually committed the crime. He betrayed his people and he joined an executive and even posed, like allowed them to think that he was the executive. So he I would put him higher than Hekiru, but he definitely sucks. He's Hekiru's dad, basically. Like,
how are
good
you?
job.
Oh, poor Hekiru. How are you the lowest in the tier named after yourself?
Yeah, how do you suck in your own tier, bro?
Oh God. Okay. So, we'll move on to Yellow. All right. What do you got to say about Yellow?
Yellow's complicated for me because, like, for the longest time, I just did not care for him. Like, not that I thought he was bad. It's just he didn't do anything to make me care about him, and he hasn't had screen time. But the conversations with him and D and the Magati is like fun. How Fall Guys Battle Royale, Funland. That was all really good stuff, and like we got lots of good info, but we still haven't seen him really do much besides like kill his own people and scheme in the background. But I
That's
I,
been
I
his
can't.
main role in these recent chapters. Is just it shows a panel of him like, hey, it's not over
Yeah,
yet.
he's the guy in the chair, like in the shadows, like things are going according to plan. I can't wait to see like his plan fall apart, and what I want to see what he does, like how he reacts under pressure when things doesn't go his way. Does he fold? Is he the kind to go like, no, I won't go out like this, and keep fighting and try desperately to claw his and struggle and stay alive or whatever? Or is he the type to run away and oh my god, I got defeated and I don't have any powers anymore? Because the Dragon Keepers are like all, I guess, like inherently strong, but like I want to see how I want to see him under pressure. And so far, we haven't seen him in any kind of situation other than one where he was just allowed to, kind of like put his hand on the crystal ball and go, this is all going the way I thought it would or whatever. So I can't put him in peak personally,
No,
man.
I can't either.
Like he's not a bad character, but like he's just kind of scheming. I need to see him get punched in the face, or like or see him punch somebody in the face or something.
Yeah, and like Super Lazy said, he's super important, and he has Aizen vibes, which I do agree with. There's a few characters in Ranger Reject that I get relation vibes from Bleach. Indy is one of those. I've talked about it before, but I hate Yellow's cocky grin. That's fair. He's got that Shinji grin too. Yeah, I would agree. We slap him in A tier.
I'd say low A, but there's also
above.
There's also a lot of there's a lot of mystery to him too. He's the only other one that was shown in the past, like the original show. He was there, and it's like, how long ago was that? Because there was a whole other Green Keeper, and like the mystery of Sosei and Soshi was going on. So we don't know like how many incarnations there has been of Red Keeper, and like he was always there. So it's like he's very deeply rooted in the story. We just haven't seen how, and I can't put him high, but I also can't take too much from him for not being cooked yet.
Yeah. That leads us into Suzukiri. I can say right off back, I am stuck between putting her into the Hisui tier and the peak tier.
Yeah, I like Suzukiri a lot. She's a great character. I just want to see her activate. I need to see how capable. I mean, clearly she's capable. She,
Went toe to toe with Green.
Yeah, she, caught him off guard, went toe to toe, surprised him. But I want to see the full extent of her dragon priest power. She's also, one of the dragon priestesses, like the last living actual one. So she has her own like ability that shield thing. I think that force field, like if they were to kill her and turn her into a weapon, it would be like a shield. But that's why I think her character will ultimately end up being like turned into a sixth weapon. But she's a great character. She, tragic, definitely a lot of tragedy in her life. I definitely I can see peak. I don't know if I'm ready to say he's sweet tier yet though, but she's really good. Let me hear what you think.
So that's fair. Let me catch up on the chat real quick.
Yeah.
Yellow, the type of guy to see a building burned down and say all according to my plan. He seems to be the only one with most of the answers of what happened to everyone. Him and Chidori. It's just Chidori kind of hints that he knows, doesn't specifically say it. High A tier did panic a bit when Red was about to rip Yakushi's off. I think that panic was more like Sosei was going off script, which is why they decided to get rid of him. But I don't think it was like he was at the end of his rope kind of panic, which what I'm pretty sure Yato was talking about.
Yeah. I want to see him, struggling. I think I think when he says something during that interview, it's more like the jig isn't up yet. Like if his job can be easier with the public not knowing the truth and the secrets being exposed, then yeah, he's gonna try and keep that up. But once the mask comes down and everybody knows the truth, it's like, okay, plan B. But that's not struggling. I want to see him, like, no, my God, please, like this can't be happening, struggling, clawing, and pleading, begging for the dragon gods to bless him. I want to see something like that.
All right, and then we got she ran away from her purpose. Okay, this is Gary. She ran away from her purpose. She's still waiting for somebody to fix her problems for her. She's got 2 dragon tools, 3 if she counts herself. Peak. Peak. I think Yellow knows what she's up to, but he's fronting her. So Uzukiri as a whole, I really like the effect that she has on the story. Her relationship with D is so weird and complex because it's like she likes him, but at the same time, he was just a means to an end for her. She made his job easier. He made her job. Yeah. So I don't know. And then, I mean, I don't feel like she's waiting on someone to fix her problems. I think she's just done. Like she found her clones. She wants to give them a normal life, not just be scraps for them to make weapons. And now she's just chilling. Some Makima vibes. At first, early on, she definitely did give Makima vibes, but now she doesn't really have any vibes.
Yeah. She definitely like had that like Makima effect of like bad girl, oh, so attractive. I like to, please stab me, mama. She had that going on, but now it's like she's come a long way.
Yeah, I'll agree with middle people. Like I don't think she deserves to be an A tier, but y'all are right. She's not quite up there.
Since she has protect. Yeah, I want to see what would make her move forward now, because now that she has 2 tools and she's got like her clones and she's got this goal of like keeping them safe or whatever. I want to know what is going to happen to force her hand. Like
something's going to happen to the clones.
Yeah, either that or like, is she gonna be like, does she have TV? Does she have reception down in her cave or whatever? Like, is she gonna be watching the news like Azome was and see like Shinya getting beat up and it's like, this is a good time to go take that bow or whatever? What's gonna make her want to move? It's probably gonna be the clones getting wiped out or like dying or something. But like, I'm interested to see what gets her to move at this point.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be Yellow who does that and not the new Sosei, new Red Keeper, because he has the old Red Keeper's memories, most likely. I don't know. We haven't really seen too much of him since the new clone got introduced.
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like Yellow's going to be the one antagonizing. Yellow might end up drawing her out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his hand in a lot of pots. He knows what's going on with a lot of people, so he probably will do something, and she'll be like, "Wow, I can't believe like he knew about that," or like, "I can't believe he's doing this. I gotta come out of my cave."
Yeah. All right. So we move on to the next guy. I know who he is. Don't know his name. Got murdered by Yellow.
Yeah, super fodder. Chabatake.
Only thing he's notable for is getting murdered by Yellow. Trying to.
Andrega and Magatsia.
Yeah, I think it was Andrega that really put him on his ass, though.
Yeah, I don't really remember too much. Yeah, I think he did, but he did have a tool. He's got like that club that gave him like a thundercloud, or whatever. But we didn't see him do anything. He just, like you said, he got folded up.
I'll put him at the top of F tier, just because he's not as bad as these two, but he did die without us knowing really anything about him.
Yeah.
Mental warfare going on. Cool. You know the Psych theme song? That's the. I don't. Out. Prime side character. I don't think it was necessarily him that served as exposition. I think it was her, but we'll get to her in a minute because she's definitely higher than F tier.
I don't even remember like Super Lazy says prime sidekick. I don't feel like he had enough like anything to really. He was just kind of there. He was like a named grunt who had a weapon, but like I don't remember him actually doing anything. I could be tripping. I could be wrong, but he's out of there. And Yellow didn't care.
He tried to attack, and his attack got rebounded.
Yeah, he's wall paint.
Design wise alone, I'd put her in C. She definitely got a bit more characterization than Ren.
Wait, is this Angelica?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's not as high as Shion.
Yeah, so was I wrong earlier when I was saying that it was Ren that kept moving around? Is it her that's moving around to a different battalion? Somebody said, I think.
I'm pretty sure she's been with Yellow the entire time. And I think Ren's been with Red the entire time.
Well, one of them has moved. The big thing that I think people disliked about the exam arc was how many characters were introduced, but also like some of them are named similar, and then you got like Ren, Angelica, Angel, and there's a lot of like similar names and stuff like that, and then these characters don't show up for a while. But one of them was like assigned to, I want to say like Blue, and then moved. I think after the time skip, they were like, how's everybody been? And it was like, yeah, she moved to 2 different battalions or something. I think it's her.
Yeah. Chat's saying it's in. I just remember like her main point after Beilong's Nest is Uzukiri reveals the origin of invaders or the invader monster to her in front of Yellow.
Yeah, that was when they were in the room with was it I think Wendy was there and the other Yellow Battalion chick.
Yeah.
I think they also commented on Wendy being like disgusting or something. So I mean, she's cool, but what is she doing?
Someone said low B tier, and I can see that. It's
because we didn't. I don't remember her. I don't remember if we got like a backstory for her in the exam. I don't think we did.
No.
But like, she's got potential and some mystery. Like, why is she hopping around?
I don't know. She was the one who kept getting flirted with.
I think his name was Yamato. I'll look it up. But yeah, she points out the disgusting, creepy guys. I guess that's her thing.
Yeah. All right. So I'll put her low B tier for now. She's working for
Pending.
Suzukiri. That's actually possible.
That I can see it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I forgot the instant Wendy hate. Okay, look. All right, I'll get back to that once I actually get into Wendy. Angelica had a sus talk with Chidori and Suzu. Wait, Chidori was there?
Angelica had a sus talk with Chidori and Suzukiri. I don't remember.
I remember with Suzukiri. I don't remember Chidori being.
Unless,
Dragon Tool. Okay, I'll have to into that. Wendy's another interesting character surrounding history for sure. Has yellow. So this is what I was talking about with the Bleach vibes. Wendy gives me Wonder Vice vibes. You remember the weird little Arankar who just made weird noises? Obviously,
yeah.
Wendy's smarter than Wonder Vice, but it gives me similar vibes.
Yeah, for sure. Wendy, there's some interesting stuff going on with Wendy, and
we don't know any of it.
Yeah, Wendy is also one of, I want to say, only 2 other human characters have unique eyes, and that's the Sakurama family. Wendy's got the stars in their eyes, and they have like the behind the stars. There's like a different color, like up top their eye is one color, and then it like gradients down to another color. I don't think we've seen another human character with detailed, more than just solid eye color. They have stars in their eyes, so there's theories.
I like in my last chapter, I theorized that he is an inside contact. The Neo Ranger, how they're getting there makes sense because the theory is that Wendy is the RAM executive. If Wendy's the RAM executive, of course he's gonna work with other executives, which is why is Wendy a he or a she?
I think it's a he.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's a guy, yeah.
Which is why he would give the to the Neo Rangers and part of Yellow, so access to that. Freaky ass eye color. Possible humongous. Yeah, after Angel quit before Hisui and D arrived, Suzukiri, excuse me, Korean and Italian clearly had a talk then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look because I know exactly where that is. I just don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I remember the conversation, and they're like, she quit, but I don't remember Angelica being there, but I'll take your word for it. Wendy though, yeah, if like I think they are probably the executive, the RAM executive, and if not, it's definitely being painted to make you think that. So we could be in for a misdirection. I think if they aren't the executive, or maybe they're either working for them, or somebody's putting these characters in places to make people think certain things. And that is a good point, because they were about them possibly being the ones to give the Neo Rangers their weapons, because they're getting these weapons from somewhere. I mean, we haven't seen much variance in them. It's just the like wrist sword thing so far, but Wendy wanted, I feel like there's a lot of obvious things pointing to Wendy being at least related to Invader, because when they first show up, they their whole thing was, I wanted to meet the new recruits who happen to be Usakubo and D, and then they're like, I want to go and give this tool to D. They're making tools and stuff, and then everybody that ever meets them is like, who is this guy? Like it's almost like their minds are being altered or something when they see them, because everyone has this same thought. It's like, okay, like when I see somebody new for the first time in my life, I don't think I've never seen this dude. I just be like, okay, here's a guy I met for the first time. But people are like having the thought like, who is this? I've never seen them. And it's like, well, yeah, Yellow Battalion has 1,000 members.
Well,
What?
now it's like 200.
Yeah, but still, it's just like, of course you haven't seen them. You know, it's a million of y'all. Like,
Yeah. I feel like Wendy is just in a spot in the story where he's high potential, but we just haven't seen anything, which makes it really hard to place him on this list.
yeah, he's got high potential, and it'll be a very interesting spot if he does end up being an executive, because that would mean that an executive actually made it, you know, into the Rangers and infiltrated and, you know, possibly raised up the ranks. But, you know, with them possibly being recruited by Suzukiri, it's like, is that big of a feat? Because Suzukiri could have planted them into the Rangers if she knew who it was. But yeah,
I'll go high C just for
Yeah.
potential.
Potential man.
Memory manipulation powers. Yeah, it could be how they implant past memories of Sosei into clone Soseis. They could use Wendy to do that.
Yeah, and then like if they are the RAM executive, it doesn't make sense based on what D said, because D said their abilities were like regeneration and amplification. And what has Wendy been shown to amplify? Nothing. Wendy's just showing up, being, you know, chipper and making people think they're weird.
Yeah. I don't there's just not enough to. But we get to her and don't remember her name, but she has an interesting story. I couldn't put her into B tier. But I think so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my placement here.
Okay.
Right there. She's kind of on the lower end of the battalion members, but she does have some significance to the story.
Yeah, and you know, she was an important, you know, character in the background. We didn't get to see it very much, but you know, because of her, we have the burst form and, you know, stuff like that. I can't remember. Did she have like some sort of like, maybe she mentally blocked out the bad things that she did? Because then she like killed birds and she did a bunch of stuff, but like she didn't think about it until Yellow was like, you ain't a saint either. Then suddenly it's like, boom, she's hit with all these like realizations that, oh snap, I did these things, and it's like, oh yeah, I am kind of a piece of shit or whatever.
She created the burst form. Okay,
she was researching the weapons to find out how to make them like better. She was the one that made the burst form.
Okay, I gotta move her. She's still gonna be in C tier, but she's gonna be closer to the top. Yeah. She has a bit more significance.
Because burst form was huge, man. That burst form was big.
That leads us into another Beilong Ness character. Haven't?
Yeah. Stinker. All he got's his legs.
I mean, he was. Yeah, I mean, he had some importance in Beilong's Nest, but we haven't seen.
I want to say he showed up kind of recently, but didn't do anything. Like he was just like in a tracksuit or something. Like he had like his ranger fit on. It was like, hey guys, I'm still alive. But he was the one that wanted all the girlfriends or whatever, and he was like a fast runner in high school or something, and so they like passed him a ranger tool or something. Or no, they passed him a key or whatever, and you know, he was like sprinting with the key, so he came in clutch. But you know, I don't think anyone cares about this guy.
Just for the chat, I'll put him in bottom.
That's crazy.
E for simp.
Y'all are crazy.
He was important to Beilong, so that's kind of fair.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Without him, they wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah, that.
Okay, so we move on to Cicera, And I like Sarah, but I can't put her with the other Rangers.
Interesting.
Like I would say A tier, top of A tier. We know a lot about her character. Know how much she values her brother to a weird extent. She has a cool power, but she doesn't, besides her look, she doesn't move the masses like the other Rangers.
Yeah. She's cool, and like her backstory, she's got like the tragic backstory, and the Siscon thing is weird. But I saw somebody say, I think it was Magnus Medic on Twitter. Sorry if somebody sees this and it wasn't him and it was you, but somebody said like if she found out that D was posing as Hibiki, maybe D could she could get D to like be Hibiki so that she could kind of like try and get used to it or get over her like weirdness, so that when she actually does see her brother, it's not weird and she's not like fangirling over her brother, kind of like to desensitize or something. I don't know, but yeah, I mean her character is cool. She's good. I really want to see. I think more of her development and stuff. Like I think stuff that people care about for her will come if she wakes up from a coma and now she has to live in a world where she's not the Pink Keeper, or is there some tug of war over the role of Pink Keeper, because Noah hasn't taken the surgery yet, so she can't use the boots, and so Cicera is currently still the only one that can, but Cicera's like in a coma or something. So I want to see what happens when she wakes up.
Yeah. I can't say she's peak because she got domed. Well, that's not fair. She tried to save her brother. She's respected by Pink Battalion. Her powers are, yeah. I'll go with top of A tier. And with us moving on from that, y'all may disagree with me, but I think Noah deserves.
Peak.
Sorry, hold on. Hopefully she comes back. It's weird how intensely loyal Claude is for her. I do a whole lot. I mean, it's more of we haven't seen her do a lot for them, but she might be. It's just not shown. You would assume that she's doing something for them to be that loyal. We just haven't been shown.
Yeah.
When we've been but speak your mind. Yeah.
No, it's great. I don't think anything like bad of her. Mostly just what we've been saying for most characters. I gotta see where her story goes. But that one volume with where they were dealing with the invaders in the woods and stuff, that was good. That was peak stuff. And she's got a cool weapon.
Seeing her blitz across the water and snatching up D, that shit changed. Like I liked her before, but that put her in a new perspective.
Yeah, she's definitely got what it takes, I think. She's got that dark past, so hopefully we see more of that, more of her trauma and what she had to deal with being one of the Kuroko before. I'd be cool with peak probably, or low peak, high A. She definitely started off one of the characters who we saw once or twice and then didn't get anything, and then now that we just got this Pink Keeper stuff in the woods, she glowed up. She got a lot of development, so I like her character.
I like Noah's struggle with it. From backstory, current development, interesting goes. It's already shown a lot of growth since being introduced. She has a lot more. Her backstory gave more insight to the two. Y'all didn't use her cover pick for no. Look. This was a pre-generated list. I didn't put this together, or else I would.
Blame him. He did it.
I didn't do it. But
Noah's great, man. Like they said, because she's a very conflicted character, having to deal with the fact that like she basically worships Cicera, and she had part in killing the person who came before Cicera, and now she is taking up the mantle. It's kind of a lot, man. It's like, I worship this person, and now I'm like taking over their role, and she's got a lot of like darkness and stuff in her heart that needs to be worked out. But she also isn't like a nice girl. So when they had their third banquet, she wasn't all happy go lucky. I don't think pretty sure she didn't say she wanted it. She just kind of like took it. She accepted the role. It was kind of like thrusted on her. So
yeah. Ultra, you said I'm lagging. If I'm lagging, it's because I probably set the bit rate too high. For the next stream, I'll make sure to set it lower, because I know that affects a lot of devices differently depending on how their connection is, and I just need to set it lower for anybody to access. I unfortunately can't change that while I'm streaming, but I'll keep you. Love the static panel. Stage fright hits, she just completely turns to stone.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so she's not even, she has like no training. It's just like, hey, you're the peak keeper, get out there. She's got no media training.
She's used to working in the shadows, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
she and Azome have a lot in common in terms of having experience trauma related to their idols. Hold on a minute. What if Negi put D in a situation similar to Blue, but for Pink? How screwed do you think he would be?
Wait, I'm not getting it.
D takes out Pink, or a similar situation where he takes taking out Pink.
Oh, okay.
Then he has the entire Pink battalion after him, similar to Azome.
Yeah, that'd be rough, and he's already got enough enemies. The whole world.
I don't remember his name.
Nadeshiko, that's the guy.
That is the guy. I'm bad with names. But so Nadeshiko is that guy. He's seen a lot. He does a lot, but he doesn't have too much of an impact on the actual story itself.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't put him in A tier, but I think he does deserve to go probably mid B tier right now.
Yeah, he likes, magical girls, can't be too bad. And, the only guy in Pink, big buff dude. And I think his like voice actor is wasn't it like Kenpachi, and also like Armstrong or something? I can't remember. Nadeshiko's cool, man. He, big strong dude. He swings a cute pink staff and bashes skulls in. I really like his struggle or whatever with I like the angle that they were going on, and it's like, can the next Pink Keeper be a guy? And it's like, it would have been interesting. I'd be interested to see that come back around if something would have happened to Noah. But yeah, he hasn't done too much though.
Maybe high B tier. I love the name they gave him.
Yeah.
So next character, her name is like right there in the picture, but she literally hasn't done.
Yeah, she didn't do anything.
His design actions. But she's not a bad character. Not dead. Just hasn't done anything. So.
Yeah, I don't think she's. Oh, her name is actually Ichigo.
Is it?
Ichigo Sengo. So some of these I'm saying middle names. Some of them I meant middle names. Some of them saying last names. Some saying first names. Her Ichigo Sengosho.
Full name.
Yeah, but like you said, she's not a bad character. Personally, I think she's hardly a character. She hasn't done much besides like fall over when like Pink Keeper like said her name. Oh well, she did kind of have like when after the whole Pink when Pink got hurt, and they came and met up with Pink Battalion in the slums. She does have a whole new kind of look to her. She's less like, happy magical girl, more like kind of like goth magical girl. Now she's got like a darker kind of vibe to her, but we still haven't seen her do like anything. And she stopped Noah and Dee from like murdering each other for a second.
Yeah, Fire Phoenix just said that. Okay, yeah, I'll give her D. He's not bad, just not present.
Yeah, we'll get some more from her.
All right, and then we move on to the old lady, which me personally, I think she's raw as shit. Cool ass fucking power. She hasn't done much, but her power enough is helpful.
Yeah, her power is cool. I think it's hilarious that she's like this old lady and her tool is this massive like pile driver or whatever. Yep. It's like, where does she keep that? And like, is that thing heavy? Like, where she just pulled that out of her bag like a multiplayer like shooting game. She just like reach over her shoulder and grabs a rocket launcher. Like, where does she grab that thing from? Or maybe it kind of like shrinks.
From that initial one, we didn't see where she grabbed it from, but right when they were locating Dee in one of the more recent chapters, they were carrying it on a truck. So I don't think it shrinks.
Yeah. So like, where did she get it the first time?
Maybe she was just holding it. I don't know. Maybe Nadeshiko was carrying it for her.
She's a beast, and she's one of the old heads. She was around. She knew about Chidori's band name and stuff. So she called him the Change Real. She didn't call him, Chidori or Green or anything. She called him by that band name.
Yeah.
She's dope. And old characters, old men, old ladies, they always kind of just get like a bonus. She's got, especially if they don't get like blown out. Like she's not an old lady who got like washed. She's an old lady who's carrying around big ass like car sized thing. It's like this. Okay, yeah, she could dox you anywhere within 100 miles. Yeah, like she's a good character. I like her, but we need more.
Yeah, I'll give her.
Thinking
highest C tier. I'll put her above Benny.
Yeah. High C, low B. High C works.
I was stuck between. But that moves on to our last ranger on the list. Who the hell is this?
So, funny story. She's a Pink member. She somebody a while ago tweeted it, and there was a point when in the last arc when Dee and them went to meet with Pink Battalion in the slums. There was a character who was like kind of hidden. You could see like their silhouette, but you can never see their face.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah, and it was like, who is this person? And like, you never see them in any other panels or anything. They're shown, half of their face is shown in a page during the 3-way battle arc, and then they're just kind of like, it was kind of like a mystery. It's like, who is this person? We've never seen this like person. And I'm like looking back at old chapters. I'm looking at the wiki. Yeah, I believe she was a Kuroko, and she showed up, and she showed up in the last arc. I forget what she did. She grabbed like a tool or something.
No, she grabbed the chop.
Yeah, she scooped up the chop. Yeah, okay. So yeah, while they were scrabbling over it or whatever, she showed up, grabbed it, was like, I'm taking this. But like, she was there, but like purposely hidden from, people who aren't super looking.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like she's another potential character like Wendy, but definitely not as high as Wendy.
Yeah. Kurokos are cool. I really hope that we get to see more of the Kuroko, but her character, there isn't really any other than, her kind of being hidden on purpose. There isn't anything to like imply that she's gonna have any big besides taking the chop, like people keep saying. She took the chop. did she take that to take it back to the Kuroko's, or was like her mission, her mission was probably assigned by the Kuroko's, like go get the chop. So
The Kuroko's definitely work for Yellow. They're a part of Pink,
yeah,
but they work for.
yeah, I think I'd agree with that. We'll see where it goes though. But yeah, she's there.
She exists. All right, Gushi. Let me hear your thoughts. I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, Yakushi's great, man. No complaints. When he was first introduced, I think people thought he was gonna be like the new people. People thought he was Soma because they mentioned, I think after Red told Azome she couldn't be the keeper, he was like, go find Soma. And then I think the very next chapter opened up with him doing the whole like singing the Ranger song thing, and I think people thought he was Soma. But Yakushi is great, man. He's been through his transformation.
Yeah,
and
okay.
he had his moments.
I think Yakushi deserves peak. One Weeb in a Tree is saying peak as well.
Yeah.
Yakushi is the Death Messiah, so it makes sense to drop him into.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of great moments. Like I forget who it was, but somebody like snatched him up, and he was like, "Oh no," like just not worried for real, but it's like, "Oh no, woe is me, I'm hurt." But like he was fine, and then he's a Ranger fan. He called Red out on his shit. Like you guys aren't legit. Like you suck compared to the old Rangers, and he lost his hand for it, but he went hard.
I like the juxtaposition. Yeah. Yato was going over, as was foreshadowed. Look, that is like the best line in this series because it just turned into a meme for Ranger Reject fans. So of course he gets.
Yeah, that and Red saying we're so back, like the most memeable things for the series.
They both worship the source material to the. Which he did take him hostage. He took him hostage until he died from hunger.
Yeah, I think that's the first time, like, every now and then you get like a super strong, ridiculous villain. It's like, how are they gonna beat this guy? And it's like they really beat him by starving him, and
They never beat him besides that.
Yeah. I don't think I ever seen I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've seen a villain lose because of starvation. That was crazy. They trapped him. They did everything. They knocked off his horn, which I feel like only worked because it was like a thing. Like they were like, yeah, if you take off the Death Messiah's horn, and he was like, ugh. Like it was like at that moment, because his power was like imagination. So if he thought it or whatever, he was like saying these crazy things and they would be true. Like Death Messiah is great at golf, and Death Messiah has the light of heavens, and he was just saying stuff, and it is like, I think if you make him believe something, like, yeah, they say if you take off the Death Messiah's horn, he loses all his powers, and I feel like maybe that wasn't a thing until they like put that in his brain, and he was like, shit, that is a good thing, and it makes a lot of sense. Like he's a fan to the end, yeah.
All right, so that moves us on to Yuli Morelda, and she has her plot. She's a bad character. She does things. So I'd say C tier.
C tier is fine. She's like, she's the good version of Sukuna inside of Yuji. But like, what is she? She's not like trying to hurt her host or anything. But like, what is she doing? She chilling. Are we gonna see her again? She cared about Yakushi, and she was a cute little bear owl thing, whatever that is. Like, I don't know what she is. I don't think anyone knows what she is. They don't make animals that look like that, but she was cool.
He also took him hostage. Battle, yeah, kind of, technically.
Yeah, but he was never worried. Them portals were there.
Yeah, I wanted more from you, brother. I can't talk. Yeah, same. Loved her backstory with Yakushi. Felt like she directly hampered Angel's character here. I can't put her above C tier.
Yeah, maybe if she does a little more. She did make Usakubo stronger. Like, and Usakubo wasn't doing these like shooting stars, circle beams, or whatever she was doing until after like the executive insider kind of woke up. But now that she's made herself known, Usakubo has had a weird. Yeah, she's going down. Usakubo now has a weird road in her journey that she can take. So I don't know. I'm cool with C.
Yeah, I'll move her up and
Yeah, like she could be important, especially if she pops out again later at a later time and like saves the day.
yeah.
But yeah, we might never see her again.
Yeah. Peltrola is a C tier menace. Got duped by a bunch of colorless rangers. To be fair, though, there were JFCs there and Blue. He did take out Blue, technically, even if it was a cheap shot. He definitely had a lot of plot importance in Beilong's nest. He has a really cool looking form, even though it's like a chicken. I definitely couldn't put him peak or A tier, but I think Peltrola could get B tier. I don't think he's a C tier menace. I think he's a B tier.
I think Peltrola is good, and I think he will only get better. I think in-game Peltrola is very, very much like set up to possibly be the final villain. Like he's like a cockroach.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting stronger. So he gets, he eats things and he gets stronger and stronger. He's nearly impossible to kill. And he, like I said, he's got cool forms. I'm pretty sure he was the first time I ever thought a chicken looked cool. I guess the chickens from Legend of Zelda were menacing, but Peltrola, man, he's a cool character. He did a lot, man. He got beat kinda, but he's still alive. He's the only executive that we saw get beat that still lives, and he's tough. You're not just gonna kill him. I don't know how they're like. I don't know how they're gonna kill him. It's just insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Decent starter boss. Health isn't fine with so many characters' backstories. That's true as well. He's the driving force behind a lot of characters. Murdered a lot of people.
Yeah, he's got that point where it's like, who kills him? Because like there's like 8 people that want to kill him. So who is a satisfying person to kill him?
Yeah. His Sakurama, but his powers, right? Nah, he just shoots big old laser beams. He himself.
Well, that was because he ate the technology. So he eats things and then takes the power. So yeah, so he ate the cloning tech, and he some of it there's some timeline stuff that hasn't been made very clear, but like there's points where when he was shooting beams and stuff, and I think Chidori specifically was like, haha, I don't remember him being able to do that. And then they were like, yeah, he made clones, and it was like, what? He must have, so like Usakubo led him to the exam so that he can, I guess, get the cloning tech or something. Somehow he got it, but he's got cloning and beams, and that's due to his ability to eat those things and take them. So I wonder what his, I guess, eating, but like how does what, I want to know what got him there, because like you don't just start off as a level 1 Pokemon with no moves and like survive. You got to have scratch. So what was his scratch? Because we know that like he ate a laser gun and now he can fire lasers, and he ate a clone thing, so now he can make clones. But what was his scratch or his pound? I want to know what his initial threatening reason for being threatening was, and we don't know what that is. But yeah, maybe he just came out just out the gate. Yeah, out the gate just chomping. But I think his potential is very high, probably one of the highest, and I would not be surprised if he ends up being final boss, because he's not the kind of character that you can like level with. Like I feel like everyone else at some point you can probably be like, look, man, like it's over. I got you. Like even Shinya to an extent, I feel like you could get him to the point where it's like he would give up. But I feel like Peltrola would never change sides or see things from your point of view or anything. And even in the case where you would get him to stop fighting, it's only until he can retreat and recover his power, and then he's coming back to fight and kill stuff.
Yeah. Heck was his scratch.
Peck. Yeah.
His scratch was being a cult leader. I mean, fair
Bruh.
enough. All right. Now we got Heimerdinger. I know that's not his name. Balapon.
Yeah.
Balapon was menacing. He just talked. He yapped. He's the yap master. He did put Cicera in a coma. Overall, his presence he wasn't really a menace, but he threatened the Rangers and made them feel pressure. And I think that puts him in the B tier as well.
That brother was a menace, bro. He was like the Joker. Yeah, I love that guy. He was like, I gotta look at the list, but I think he's my favorite of the villains. He was so fun. He was on TV. He was like, "Hey, it's me. I'm the horse." He came out on TV. He had like a social media presence. He was like pushing. Somebody said he instigated everyone. He got like the people against the Rangers. He got all these people. They summoned all these people to this church to hold these IRA meetings, and then he just turns them all into. I don't remember whose ability that was. I want to say it was his. Somebody correct me if the dog monster thing wasn't his, but like, he's like turning people into his own soldiers and make it a laugh out of it. And he's like, you guys turn yourselves in and disband the Rangers, and everything will be all good. I'll stop unleashing these doggies. He was fun, and he was a guy in a bag, paper bag head, YouTuber. Dorito, like a joke is said he's a Dorito with legs when we finally saw his true form, and he was fun, man, and I think he's a great character for the series.
Banned off Twitch for streaming a live beheading video,
bruh. Yeah, and he got the people, he riled the people up, man.
Might have also teased the Phantom script.
Yeah, he was like all according to the script, and somebody was like, "What script?" And he was like, "Oops, shouldn't have said that." Done streaming for today, like he just cut the stream off on a cliffhanger. So like, yeah, he was intertwined with a lot of stuff, even though like we didn't see like anything beyond that, but like he was involved, and he came out. He wore a suit. He had the bag head. He was a fun character. I liked him. I immediately just was like, this is our Joker.
Yeah.
He's dancing and singing.
I wonder why the executives needed the duster to pad their numbers. They could have turned the humans into otters. Hole cutting heads and manipulating corpses. Also pretty disturbing power. Yeah, it really is. But the duster point is fair. Like, the executives we've seen are strong. The dusters don't really serve a purpose besides being able to take out normal humans. I guess it's so they could be intimidating and have their own army, but their powers alone are strong enough.
It might have also been that like not all of the executives made the dusters. Like Wallypaw might have already been like gone from the fortress by the time the dusters were created.
That's fair.
So like, yeah, so like we see the foot soldiers created, and then like when D wakes up and he's like, what am I? He only sees like one or two executives, and like we don't know. I mean, he knows them, like he knows, the executives by name. When he sees them, he's like, oh, it's you. But like, we don't know if all of them were there, and all of them might have not felt the need to. He might have, not made foot soldiers because he knew he was strong enough and could, like you said, make clones and stuff himself. He probably just bounced.
Yeah. All right. So now we move on to the fusion, and just off of design alone, I want to put them in peak. That one panel is just Yato, you use that as your
Yeah.
profile picture forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and I saw that. I said immediately, it's mine. It's peak, man. Like the fusion, we still don't have a name. Like I wish they would at least like tell us, like, hey, just call us, Kamikalo or something. But like, there's no name given, so we know they're a fusion between two other execs, but like they're the coolest by design, probably easily.
I'll put them in A tier. It's just design is peak, but they don't do more than Peltrola or Wallapon, so I can't put them in peak.
I do like that they have a lot of different personality though. Like it's
Yeah,
two people, two minds. It's like what convinced these two
Well,
invaders?
Actually, 2 people, 2 invaders. Technically.
Yeah, I just wonder what led to them deciding like all right, we're not gonna because they're cool with humans and none of the other ones are truly cool with humans. Like they're they always they have this whole like we always repay our debts type of thing. Like
Yeah.
they thanked Blue Battalion for saving them from the monsters or whatever, and then they were willing to let Azome go. So it's like they always repay their debts and stuff, but like, why are they just cool? I want to know that. But I love the characters.
Isu and Runa. Isuna. That's actually a good name to start calling them, by the beef.
Yeah,
It's
then you can
easy to
look at
say.
the executive names and it make you want to chop your tongue off.
All right. So that moves us on to Magatia. And honestly, to me, these next 3, Magatia, Toto Mask, and what was starts with an A, right?
Oh, and Draga.
Yeah, and Draga. I feel like these are the bums of the executives. Like, yeah, Magatia had his own arc where he was pretty menacing. Well, he went out like a bum.
Yeah, Magatia has that moment that I want to see, that I was talking about, like when Magatia is going out and he's like, "Curse you, dragon keepers," or fucking, excuse me, curse you. He's doing that. That's what I want to see for Shinya. That's that exact moment when Hisui and Chidori pull up to swat him like a fly. That's what I want to see. I think he is definitely better than Toto Mask and Andrega.
Yeah. Okay. I can put him in B tier, below Wallapon and Peltrola. One Weebinatree says Magatia is A tier. I have to disagree with that. He's just.
What would I say?
Let's make Yato make the final decision.
I mean, you don't have to, I would probably say Magatia was a lot of fun. Magatia, the fusion, and yeah, honestly, yeah, like all the executives we have up there so far, I feel like are really good. It's hard to not put them high for me personally because I enjoyed them so much. Yeah, I would. Yeah, because where would you put Andrega then? Because I guess I kind of want to do these together because I can't see Andrega and Toto Mask on the same tier as the people in B.
So Andrega, I feel, has a cool design and a cool power. So I was gonna slap Andrega into C tier, and then Toto Mask is ass. He got 1 tapped, so I'd slap him in here. No, I would slap Toto Mask into F tier.
Yeah. Toto Mask didn't do anything, so I'd say F. Andrega C or D, but I really liked Magatia, Wallapon, and Peltrola. They were cool. And like Magatia, he. It's like he's one of the few executives that like got to have that change in life. Like at first, you see him and his thing was, just like we're gonna kill all the humans or whatever. But then like as time goes on, he like I kind of wonder, did he really mean to have this paradise away from everybody, and like was he really like trying to create this like paradise for the people, or was it like part of some deeper plan, like maybe later he would just sacrifice all those kids or something? he had a bit of an arc, but
To be fair, it didn't really elaborate on any of that. It was just like, even when he talked, he was just like, I'm giving them a paradise. He didn't
yeah,
explicitly state any further plans. He just went off, did his thing, and was like, hey, I'm gonna take these kids, give them a better life.
yeah, his character was interesting. But yeah, I'd be fine with this for now. But like those three characters, it's hard for me to say. I really like them. Especially Wally Pond, really, but Magatio was really cool too.
Okay. Toto Mask got killed by someone power, but all right, so next is Imamatai, which I can't, I feel like I can't place Imamatai, not properly, because from what we've heard, Imamatai is an important character, created the Duster. Haven't seen Imamatai at all.
Yeah, it's like we know they existed for a while, but it kind of feels like trying to rate a character that just appeared for the first time last chapter, and we haven't actually seen them, like, other than we're a family. We haven't actually heard them say a word. We don't know what they're like now. The only thing we have to go off of is that they're giving people their meat, or and that they spoke to D 13 years ago, but we don't know what they are like now.
One weeb in a tree said mid-C tier lot, and I feel like that's a fair placement, just because.
Yeah, and design is really dope. I like their design. I think something that would be a cool twist is if it isn't actually Imamatai that's giving out their own meat, and someone is like chopping off pieces of them and distributing it and making it seem like they're handing off their meat, and it's like somebody else is pulling the strings. Maybe they're like tied up or something.
That'd be mad.
Yeah, like to keep in line with them being like the nice invader. Like maybe they're not really trying to do this, but like somebody's forcing them. And also the potential is super high. I mentioned it in my invader video that I did, executive video, where someone in the Ranger Reject Discord pointed out how Hisui made a kind of a reaction to hearing his name. Like D asked the old man, where's Imamatai, and Hisui's like, what? How is Imamatai related to this? And the theory is that Imamatai was the one that possibly killed Hisui's family and destroyed her house. And I went a little further and said maybe she knows that, but doesn't know that it was a mistake. Like maybe Imamatai either destroyed her home because they were in a fight with a keeper and were trying to flee, or maybe it's a situation where like a dragon keeper destroyed her house, kind of like how Sosei was willing to burn down the forest and blame another executive for it. Maybe a keeper damaged her house and blamed it on an executive, and she knows that executive was nearby. So there's possibility for this character, yeah. But right now we just don't know anything, so I'm really waiting to see more.
There's a lot of potential characters in Ranger Reject. No, I think that's one of the really cool parts, because it's like you have all of these side characters and you can see them doing great stuff and becoming great characters, but just hasn't been acted on yet.
Yeah.
Lamb chop was a great pun.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't like it. It took somebody like telling me that like hours later for me to like, oh snap! Like I didn't even, the drug's called Chop, and then it was a piece of the Ram executive Lamb Chop. I was like, wow, can't believe I missed that.
All right, so then we have XX. I love XX. XX is such a cool character, and while yes, she hasn't had much going on lately, it looks like she's about to come back into the story, and that is great. I wouldn't give XX peak, but I would definitely give her A.
Yeah, she's an A tier character for sure. I think she will end up being peak, but she's A. She's great. She had a lot of cool moments. Well, not a lot, but she's had cool moments, and you really want to know what went down with her and Hibiki to have her falling on her back and looking up like that, in that one scene. It's like, whoa, what kind of stuff were you guys into? But like, she's a cool character, and she's one character that showed off something that we didn't know was possible with her eating Peltrola. Like, never thought I'd see that, but like, I guess you can eat executives and spit them back up. Like, I'm ready to see more and see what she can do.
Let XX come out of her closet again soon.
Yeah.
All right, so these next three we're gonna beat blitz relatively quickly because dead. I'll put Daisuke in D tier just because he had a little bit more going for him as he was an ex-Yellow Ranger, but he's still not great.
Yeah, I wish they would have confirmed that he was the Ox, because I'm pretty sure he was the Ox when he took that injection.
Yeah.
And he had stuff to do with. I feel like his character is going to be shown more in flashbacks. The other two we're probably never going to see again, unless actually the kid who injected the Magatia serum is probably going to have a flashback to the girl. I think her name was Ukyo.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see her again, but like, I don't. For now, I don't care.
Great character design, great use of parallelism. Show how D has grown beyond his prime directive I agree with that. Ukyo is B tier, show some respect. I can't. We got some backstory, but
she did try to expose the Rangers and almost get killed for finding out what happened with Pink. She got Pink killed. Yeah, she.
Well, okay, we'll move her up to C tier just because that does put her above Daisuke.
Yeah, she was better, and like we'll probably see her again in a scene with like when what's the name, Juji. If Juji sees D and they interact, he'll probably be like, I don't like how you used her to calm me down or whatever, or can you do it one more time, because he's the only at this point, like, he's probably the only person who remembers what she looks like, so he could potentially say like transform into her just so I could see her face one last time or something. You never know.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, now what's this dude's name?
Ishikawa, the old man.
He was an interesting character, but at the same time, he's another one of those characters that was really easy to dislike because of his attitude towards everything. And then he sacrificed himself. So he does like a lot of moving up. So like his introduction, I say would put him at a C tier. And then him just being a coward moves him down to D. And then him sacrificing himself, I feel like maybe up to B.
Yeah, he was cool. Can't say too much, but I mean, he's the reason we have Hisui.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him stepping in and saving her, we wouldn't have her. Heavily implied he stayed colorless on purpose. I can see that. I'm not really sure where I would put him. I don't have him, super high mentally, but low B, somewhere in C, I can see that. Somebody said high D, spent too much time coping.
I feel like with everything in regards to his character alone, I'd put him C. But because he's Hisui's savior, and he's the whole reason we have peak character, E. The reason Hisui exists.
But who's in C?
Bishop Hendricks. I recognize that profile picture, but not the name. Is that Knox?
Oh, Bishop. Yeah, that's him. I'm here. It's crazy. Think he all might. Yeah. Ishikawa though, like look who you put them before. It's like, can you who are we putting them before though? Because like some of these people are suckers. So it's like, um,
I'll put him mid. I'll put him mid.
yeah. I want to say like behind Kono or something, or before. I close my eyes. You do it. I don't care.
Okay, I put him mid T. He's right after Emma Matai, but before Old Blue.
Yeah, because he did sacrifice himself, and he did give us Hisui. If it wasn't for old man Ishikawa, we wouldn't have Hisui.
Yeah. That flaw. Okay, so we will
That
move on
flaw.
to Ranmaru.
The guy.
Ranmaru's a cool character, but it's also he's not a ranger anymore, as far as we can tell. He's basically a part of the story besides just existing in one panel every 50 chapters.
Well, he retook the test after he was a cadet, and then he got hurt in the exam, and then he was missing in action or whatever because he's been, I guess, in a coma or something. And then that we saw that one time when he woke up, and he was like fight, foot soldier or whatever. He's I think he's gang for real, man. He's cool. Like he had heart. He stood up to Peltrola. He had a do rag on. He's got an afro. He's a little dude. He was cool, bro. Oh, Page Walker is Nox too, bro. Yeah. Switching characters, but Ranmaru's cool, man. And then like at the end of the 3-way battle, when they were like touching bases, like when D came back, they were like, yeah, that somebody mentioned that Ranmaru went back and took the exam again. So I think he's about to come up. He's about to show up and do something. Maybe I don't. It's been a year. Like it's been like 18 months since the 3-way battle. So maybe he had a growth spurt too. So maybe he's like 5'6" now or something. So he's got heart. He got hurt in battle. He one of the few people to live a fight against Peltrola. I'm ready to see bro come back and activate.
Ranmaru Goaty, Reed, high C or low B. I feel like I can't put him above Wendy's potential though.
Yeah, I'd put him probably behind Wendy, but not like we got to see him make some moves before he comes to B. But I feel like he will be a player.
Yeah,
even like. He might get a cool like back-to-back like pose with D, like as they're like about to fight somebody, and it's like I got your back, and it's like, oh wow, Shrimpy's back on the field or something, like they might have a cool moment. I can see it.
Actually, let's make some predictions there though. He could pass the exam soon since it's been a year. What battalion do you think he'll go to?
I think he wanted to go blue. Yeah, I think he's gonna go. Maybe he'll go because his homeboy Urabe is a Neo now.
Yep.
So maybe he'll go. Maybe he'll try for like green or something, because then he could be like he could be with like D. I don't know if that's like a thing, but like Urabe was. So what are people laughing at? He could pass these since it's been a year.
Wait, what's a centurion? Nox was saying it's censoring. You can say hell, it's coming through.
Yeah, hell came through. But he the only people we've seen him be close to are yellow. If I can see him going to he wanted to be yellow, okay. So him being a yellow would be cool if he's kind of like a snake, kind of like undercover type kind of deal. But like he was close to Urabe, and now I'm guessing like kind of sort of close to D and X's, because D revealed himself to him and trusted him, and X's didn't murder him and took him to get help or whatever. And so I don't know, it's hard to see where he's gonna go, but I want to see him come back and make some moves.
I gotta figure out what's going on with this chat bot. I don't know. I'll figure. I will.
Oh, Naps said he dropped a bad word. Yeah, you probably can't say that one. It is YouTube.
He wanted to try for yellow, but I could see him. Yeah, but we'll have to see. And then with this last chapter and the results of Urabe, who knows where it's.
Yeah.
But moving on, we have Shion's brother. We know basically nothing about him, and he's dead. So
Yeah.
for me, that's an easy F tier.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Yeah, figure it out because I got to be able to say, I got you now. I got you.
I think they changed his skin tone in the anime too, so a lot of
They
people were
did.
mad about him and Shion, and he was like black or something, and they turned him into like not black.
He was ish.
Yeah, tan, I guess, because yeah, I don't know no black people with white hair, but
Right.
but yeah,
F tier fodder. Hey, he was just
Yeah.
he was a flashback motivation character.
he got cooked.
All right, we got Magati's assistant, which I actually really fuck with this dude.
Yeah, Mr. I want to say Gato.
I don't remember his name.
He was cool. He had the whole military background, and it was like grizzled vet doesn't want to go to the war anymore. So it's like I'm retiring and I'm gonna look after these kids and be a teacher because this is better than going to the front lines with AKs and stuff. Like he had good reasoning and he believed in the cause, but like he knew he was following a bad leader.
Gato is A tier easy. Bro got a big ass hole blown through his chest off screen. He got to go in the ear. He probably got one tap. Look, nah, you got to respect him.
That's Shion's brother you're talking about, right?
Wait.
I think you're talking about Shion's brother.
Oh, if it's Shion's brother, nah, he's not bad enough to go into the Hekiru tier. He gets F tier. But no.
Yeah.
Gato, I put high B tier. I can't
Yeah,
put
I like
him A tier.
I like Gato. I do want to see, like kind of like a gentle criminal thing, like because he wasn't like a horrible person. Like I wonder if like maybe we'll see him again one day. Like, we like they need backup, and it's like we got just a guy, and Gato shows up with like a machine gun and shoots some executives or something. Because he didn't. I mean, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. He basically kidnapped kids, but he was
Taking care
doing
of him.
it. Yeah, he was like looking out for him, but in a weird, sick way, and also possibly maybe one day feeding those same kids to the snakes. I don't know. Gato, he might come back, but he might just be in jail forever. But his character was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Shion's bro. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he cooked.
He gets F tier. He's cooked. Gato versus D is fight versus fight. One can ideology. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what do you?
Gato took the flight route, but when his Remy school was threatened, he did fight. So it is.
He fought for what he thought was right, but he knew it was like when you're fighting. Yeah, he wants to do the right thing, but it's like he's fighting under the wrong leadership.
Yeah. Gato actually got some pretty good writing. Oh yeah. Kidnapped. She got.
Oh, I think you're talking about the next person.
Oh.
Hey man, slow your roll, baby.
Okay. You can go first on this one, Yato.
Why'd you do that? Potential stuff, but like she's intertwined with Sosei and Chidori, and she's got a kid. She was a fun character. She's good. She was a writer for the show. She wasn't ever gonna be like an action character. So like that she's very different from most of the people. Like all the people here were like, yeah, there's potential. I can't say she had potential because she was a writer and like there wasn't really much. She wasn't going to step on the field. She was never going to throw hands or anything, and there wasn't anything besides like revealing what the Phantom or Ghost script was. There wasn't anything that she was ever going to come out and be like, make any crazy declarations or anything. Maybe she could, take the stand and be on the news and say something against the Rangers, but she
He did.
she wrote she wrote the script and she had her revenge played out. She followed through. I mean, I gotta give her points for living. That's got to be hard. Like a guy, somebody kills like causes your like husband to kill himself, and then he gets amnesia, and you just suck it up and live with this guy for like 6 months, just so that like hopefully one day he starts to remember, and then you can get your revenge. That's a tough move. How do you not just like kill him, in his sleep after feeding him spaghetti? It was like she was a strong woman, but like I don't know. She was a good character.
Yeah. The whole. She is another one of those characters that would fit like in C tier with Wendy for potential, but we'll never see that potential because she's dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I still put you in C tier or do I put you in D tier for dead?
She could still get more moments through like flashbacks and stuff from there's 3 characters who are linked with her that could talk about her. So we could see Chidori and Momiji and Sosei all talking about her and getting a lot more for her character. But right now it's kind of like she was cool, but like where is that going until the Ghost script thing happens? And then that could be peak. That could be the Ghost script thing could be the One Piece. She could have wrote the One Piece. We don't know.
Okay, so the general consensus for now, D tier, but based on later information revealed, she could move up C, B, A, or peak. We just don't know.
I'd put her above Ryujin in the D tier if she goes there.
That's fair. Fair. LMAO after SpaghettiOs is crazy.
Yeah, strangle that man, yeah.
The way
her.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Momiji was eating SpaghettiOs. They're living in the slums. That girl's like 6. She not feeding her steak. They ain't got no money.
The way she died was weird, since some of her wounds randomly healed and she off screen. So, I mean, that's fair. Typically, if a character dies off screen, they're not really dead. So, got a point.
I think she cooked though.
Yeah. What do I do with Momiji? This is a child who just.
Momiji, she don't really got that much different of a story from Hisui. Really, they both were exposed to this life at like 6 or 7. So like you get to see with Hisui, you get to see what life where life takes you when your whole world is turned upside down by invaders. And with Momiji, you get to see the Rangers coming for your family, and people trying to kill you and your mom, and she didn't, obviously I don't think she knew about Sosei, so she probably didn't know about the revenge, but maybe he told her. Like, it's very possible he after she died was like, your mom wanted to kill me or something. She could go an interesting way, but I like the little scrappy ragtag homeless kid with homeless man Sosei. I think they make a cool duo. I think they will make a cool duo. Maybe she'll be his Robin, Robin to his Batman or something. But like, I don't know. I don't know what I feel about her. I'd say probably low D.
Okay. One weeb in a tree said mid D, so I think we can. Right now.
Yeah, I mean, potential. If she gets if she really like wanted to and like forced, because I feel like at this point Sosei feels very heavily obligated to take care of her. Like, other than his revenge on the Rangers, keeping her alive and safe is probably his number one like goal in life right now. So I could see him training her or teaching her at least the basics to defend herself. So she could become a little what was the girl's name in Kick Ass? Hit Girl. She could
Yeah.
become a little hit girl, yo, or something. Like it probably won't happen, head canon, going crazy, but like I could very much see Sosei teaching her self defense.
Knox really said they were eating air sandwiches with no.
Yeah. Struggle meals, yeah.
All right. So we got the two detectives, and I didn't really feel close to their characters. Um,
The
I would throw them both low. I would throw the old man in low D tier, and then the younger one towards the top of D.
Yeah, I was gonna say young guy above the old guy. Simply just because the young guy had more like fun moments. He had I follow like 300 anime a season, and then he kissed Gato. Like that was ballsy.
Yeah, old guy just got replaced by D.
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember him doing much really.
Assistant con of curly eyebrow guy. Is that C?
Who?
Wait, who's curly eyebrow guy?
Who are these people? Put assistant Kun. Who is assistant Kun?
I'm assuming that's this guy, the assistant detective.
Oh, the cop assistant guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Because of that scene. Who's Curly Eyebrow? Who is Curly Eyebrow? What tier are they in? I'm guessing he's talking about the kiss scene.
We'll come
Curly?
back to that.
Yeah, let us know who Curly Eyebrows is.
I really liked Shigeoka for the short amount of time we spent with him.
I'm actually mad you knew that name because I don't remember it.
Look, I doing the chapter reviews. Each of those chapters were only one of them, Shigeoka. But I had to say his name so much that
yeah, that wasn't that. If there was any name you'd have to remember, that wasn't the one I would remember. Chidori scene. Yeah, he's cool though. I like the whole my wife gone thing.
Yeah, I mean I put him above C. Probably still throw. No, I put him after.
Old Blue, where is he? Oh, okay, and C. Yeah. Because he had more like writing and characterization to him than like Kono did.
Yeah, and he helped progress these characters.
Yeah. He put D in a situation where like for once we got to see D defend a human like so aggressively. Like we can't just kill this dude. Like it put us in a point where D is fighting another ranger over a human's life, and it's like a year ago in D's life he would not have cared. It's like, okay, kill him.
Yeah.
Forget that dude. Like why do I care? Kill that old dude. Let's get him out of here.
Yeah, I like this character. I really like that arc.
Yeah.
I think where he's at in C.
He also just, there's another thing. I love that he gave us kind of a parallel scene where D, an invader, is fighting a ranger to protect a human, and then like 7 chapters later we get the same scene where D is now in the middle, and it's Hisui defending D from Kisu, who's an invader, trying to take D's life, and they're like fighting over him. So it was like the same scene happened, but D, got to be in different roles for that battle. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. That leads us into the GOAT, Iki Sakurama, which I personally feel like I need to drop Sakurama into the here.
Hisui tier.
Okay. So let me explain my thought process there. So while Hibiki is a character who is not often around, he is a character who you're often thinking about. Like every now and again, you get to a point and you're like, huh, I wonder what Sakurama's doing right now. And so he's a constant thought in your head throughout the story, even if he isn't actually present. And then when he is on screen, he demands your attention, especially now that he's leaving.
Yeah, he's definitely a big dog now. I would probably say peak personally above probably Noah. I don't know about anyone else in peak, but he's definitely a character who's come a long way. We've seen him, I swear he does so much. Okay, I thought you were saying I swear a lot, and I was like, dang, I've been cursing. But yeah, he's a great character. He's definitely one of the top characters.
I'm seeing right beside Susan. I can agree.
Yeah, I mean, they both, they opened the story, introduced us to D, but I don't know if I can put him on equal footing personally to D and Hisui.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so that leads us to Shippo. Shippo's hilarious.
Shippo's a great character. He's easily one of the most fun.
There's not much to say about him besides he the beekeeper. Oh, I mean, yes.
He should have tried a little harder to tell D about the laptop. He shouldn't have let D shut him up.
To be fair, I don't think D specifically said he didn't know what a laptop was. It would have been very hard to explain that to him.
Yeah, it was very heated a moment. They were running for their lives.
All right. But Shippo, fun character. He's getting a lot of action right now. Carried them to the victory in Beilong's Nest. One we've in a tree said hi beat. I can.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. I think because we literally know nothing about Shippo. Like we don't know why, other than just like I want to be buff and lift weights and fight bad guys because that's the right thing to do. Like he, in the more recent chapters, Arabe is like, don't hurt D. This guy, he's different. He's like, bro, I fight invaders. That's what I do. It's like he's a guy with a mission. He's a goofy gun. You point the gun at the enemy, he's gonna shoot, but like he's also gonna tell jokes when you pull the trigger and stuff. But like he needs more character development writing.
Max Protein Shippo is
Max Protein. Yeah, Max Protein Shippo would probably just punch everyone to death. Peltrola wouldn't stand a chance.
All right, so I don't remember this chick's name.
That's the other.
Doing anything right now?
Yeah, that's the other Benny. Benny's Yamato Benny's sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's not really doing anything.
She's one of the Neos.
Yeah, but she's not one of the general knights. And outside of Urabe, none of the general knights have really done anything. Or none of the non-general knights have really done anything.
I think I feel like they are. They just haven't been suited. I think all of them in that faction are considered like knights. They just haven't all suited up for some reason. Like I think Ukiyo and not Ukiyo, but Juji and Urabe, they all can do it, but we've just only seen those three do it so far.
I don't
but
know,
yeah, I mean,
that feels weird because why would they have like a ranking structure of having the general knights, but then they only have like 6 members and all of them are general knights? You know what I'm saying?
I think that's just what they call themselves, like the Dragon Keepers, and they are the General Knights. But like Neo Rangers was just the first name that like stuck or whatever. But like that's their maybe their ranking system, like junior, first class, and stuff. But all of them are the same rank because they don't have like underlings or anything. I think she's one of the actual Rangers, and she was a member in. She was in Red Battalion, and I feel like she's got like a grudge, with really because like they didn't like acknowledge or try and avenge her brother or anything. I think she's probably got something to prove, but just hasn't been put in a situation to do it yet.
Okay, we'll take her as a potential character.
Yeah,
Potential to.
possibly.
Okay. Mr. Executive. He hasn't done much lately, but he did do a bit. We got some backstory.
Yeah, it really comes down to if he can still use any of Magatia's powers, I think.
Yeah.
Because he has a tool. He has a replica. It's the same one as Hisui's to do the chomping. But what else? I think he's really strong potential though, because if he can still tap into the snake's powers, and he also has that divine tool replica in his hand, and like he's kind of angry. He's like every time we see him, he's pissed. He could go places, but yeah, potential. We don't know where he's gonna go.
I see.
Yeah.
And that leads us into he got kicked in the face. All right, so we should move him down a rank. I mean, got kicked in the face, right?
Oh.
All right. So that leads us to my boy Urabe, and introduction. He gave off a bad first impression, but now he's a really good character, especially in the last few chapters. I wanted the right thing.
Yeah. And he's isn't it like rich? Like he invited them to his crib, and his house was big. He had like siblings and stuff. I want to say he's like his family's rich, and it's like he doesn't have to be putting his life at risk, to be a ranger and fight invaders, but he is.
He said that was his dad's boat.
Yeah, like he
rich to own a boat.
Yeah, he don't have to be doing this. He could just be, rich, but he's actually like putting his life on the line to fight, invaders, especially now. Like it's one thing to like try and become an invader, while like it's a sham, and you don't know that the game is rigged and everything's a joke. You think that he thinks that the Sunday battles is real type. And if you think it's all just a joke, and I'm just gonna be a ranger and defend the world from these little shitters, yeah, the money is good, but like once he found out that like it was real, and he saw like Peltrola, he could have been like, I'm rich, I don't need this, but he still stayed and fought.
Yeah, I'd put him low B tier personally.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's not a potential character. He's going through his arc currently. It's just going to be unfortunate if he is 100% dead.
Urabe? Oh yeah, because he did get like attacked or whatever by a zombie. I don't think he's gonna die. He's still got he's got links to X's, and he's got link to Urabe. Ranmaru, and then D. So there's character interactions like waiting to happen for him. Can't wait to see those.
Yeah. I'll put him in look here. Urabe's character arc is pretty fun. Yeah, I agree. He's a cool character. And that leaves our last character on this list, which I don't know why the fuck they put S on.
Bruh.
What am I supposed to do with that? This dude showed up to rob a bank. He said, "Give me 100 monies."
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I would be very fine with him being a Hekiru tier because he don't even know how to be a bad guy. I mean, he was basically forced, maybe F honestly, because I can't blame him if like he was forced to do this at arrow point by Yellow,
Yeah.
but like he sucked.
I'm gonna put him bottom of F tier. I just give me 100 monies. Wait, give me 100
Monies,
monies.
please.
No foot
Yeah, that
soldier
was.
F fame.
Yeah, for Soldier F lives on in our fat hearts. Yeah,
All
rip the
right.
guy.
So that is the tier list completed. At the tippy top, we had Hisui and D. At the very bottom, we had Hekiru, and I can't remember his name again.
Wakaba.
Yeah, Wakaba. Then we got the peak, got the bums.
Yeah, bro. Hekiru is at the bottom of his own tier. Is crazy.
Oh God. What do y'all think about the list though? I feel like this is pretty spot on in regards to plot relevance, potential character design, that stuff. I think there.
Yeah, other than a few like the character, people. There's a lot of people who can move up. I don't think many people are gonna move down, but there's a lot of characters who have the potential to move up. And then I obviously really meshed with some of the execs like Wally Pond and stuff. So I think overall good list.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where some of these characters go in the future chapters for sure.
Yep. Well, this stream went on for about an hour longer than I was expecting. You know what? I'm okay with that. Good stream. I enjoyed talking to y'all. Just as a reminder, like and subscribe. Also, go check out Yato Plays. Ed, he makes Ranger Reject videos as well. He other anime related content. Cool dude. Yeah.
I don't know why he got so quiet. Y'all like the video, man. like bro video. Go watch his Greenkeeper video that he posted the other day. Go do it, man. I'm telling you.
Look, I'm just a humble content creator.
I'll be the bad cop. Then go do it.
All right. Again, thank y'all for hanging out, and I hope y'all have a fantastic night.
Holla holla.
Peace.